wanted to share with you my latest haul. I'm based in New South Wales and we don't have KaiserCraft stores in New South Wales, unfortunately. So my first experience with the KaiserCraft store was when I went down to Melbourne a couple of years ago, and I was very excited to see all of the products in store and a lot of great bargains. And then when we went to Queensland last year, made a point to visit the KaiserCraft store, and we've just had a quick trip to Melbourne, and yeah, there was a KaiserCraft store like 15 minutes from where we were staying, so I had to go and check it out amongst other shopping, and so I wanted to share with you the bargains that I got at the KaiserCraft store. Some of it I paid full price for, but others were fantastic bargains, so I thought I would share that with you. And I really love some of the KaiserCraft stuff, so yeah, I always love going into the shop. So the first thing I picked up were these little epoxy stickers. I have really struggled to find you know, the enamel dots and things like that in Australia, so I can definitely order them online, but it's quite expensive. It has to be ordered from overseas, or if you order online you really feel like if you're getting it delivered you need to order a fair bit. So I saw these, which is not quite enamel dots, but they still have a similar look, and they've got little teardrops and stars. They had them in a few different colours, but I really like the sort of turquoise and blue and green, so I grabbed 2 packets of those. They were full price, so $3.99 each, but I would definitely make good use of those. And then they had a heap of stamps on sale. So these are normally around the $8.95 mark at some of my local craft stores. These are obviously stamps that are not, you know, that are sort of not new, so they had them on sale at the KaiserCraft store for $5 each, and I actually have a couple of projects in mind with these. So I'm in the middle of pulling together a little cookbook that, you know, pulls together all of the favourite recipes that I use on a regular basis. So I'm doing a sweet one and a savoury one, and so I thought that this stamp set would be fantastic for that. So it's got lots of words and headings around recipe, ingredients, mains, desserts, and a few pieces of fruit, the whisk and the knife and fork. So I thought that would be perfect for that project. I've also just started this year doing some like planning and those kind of things, so I thought that these would be great for that. It's got all the months in there, so you could use it sort of as a marker of a new month, or even as a tab. I thought you might be able to fold it over and have it as a tab. So, and then all of the dates and, you know, appointments, work, don't forget, reminder, a lot of those kind of things, little arrows to point to things. So yeah, I thought that that would come in handy for all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'd be really good. I've started doing a lot of to-do lists and things like that to try and get my life a bit more organised. We've been doing a little bit of travel lately, so I thought I would pick up the travel set, which has sort of got, you know, compass and words around discover and a geotag and those kind of things. So I thought that that would be suitable for some of the scrapbooking that I'll be doing in the near future. Then I grabbed a couple of paper packs. I don't use a lot of 6x6, or KaiserCraft is 6.5 by 6.5, but I do like the idea of trying to utilise 6x6, and it takes up a lot less space, and some of the cut apart stuff is really cute. So this stamp that actually goes with this paper pad, so it's from their Wanderlust collection, but you can see, if I can get the tape off for you, I do actually really like the KaiserCraft pads for a couple of reasons. So usually they have some cut apart sheets, some backgrounds, some really colourful kind of stuff, good things for journaling. So yeah, usually have some glossy in there. So they've got quite a variety, and this is beautiful. It's not actually textured, but it looks like it is. They've got quite a lot of variety in their paper pads, and map. There's lots of different ones in there. Some of them are glossy, some are not, some are a bit more plain. But in the back, they usually have some tags as well, so some die cuts that you can just pop out with different things. So it's quite a versatile little pad, and I would use it for card making, but also scrapbooking. So I I've grabbed that one, and originally they're usually around about, I've got one with the original price, usually around about $10.99, and all of these paper pads were $5, so I grabbed a couple. This one is from the Kaleidoscope collection. I should have taken these off before I pressed record, but I do have some of the like little card packs in this Kaleidoscope collection. So again, all of the really pretty stuff at the back, and then look at that beautiful paper, and you could cut those individual butterflies out if you had the patience, but some really sort of pretty patterns. Again, that's kind of a glossy. They have the cut apart pieces, and a lot of the cards that I have for Project Life actually look very similar to this, so they will match in really well, which is why I grabbed this one. And they had heaps of paper packs, but I had to limit myself to 3. So there's lots of beautiful papers in there. That's another glossy one, lots of textures. They make some fantastic papers, KaiserCraft. It's beautiful. And then I picked up this last one, which I don't have anything for, but I do quite like the colours, and thought that there was a lot of neutral tones in there, so it would suit very well. So there's a lot of blues and, you know, my colours, and then blacks and browns and things like that. So again, these kind of things would be really cute to cut apart and embellish a page or a card. Some wood grain. I love those roses, they're so pretty. Bit of vintage there. The old doors that you could, again, definitely cut apart if you wanted to, use as a whole sheet. So they've just got some really versatile paper pads. I've got quite a few KaiserCraft ones now in the 6x6, just because I think they make some great paper pads. So I did also get a couple of Project Life sort of size cards. I can't remember what KaiserCraft call them, but again, those sort of blues and those tones, I did actually get to flick through, because at the store they had like one that you could just sort of flick through and have a look. I could potentially open up this one for you. I might need to get a pair of scissors to do it. Let's have a look, because I'll just store them with the rest, and I tend to leave them open. So these ones are sort of very earthy tones. I'll go through this side. I actually have the larger set of this one, so in that bigger size. So yeah, I thought it was good to get the smaller set. They're normally around the $4.95 mark, but I picked this up for $2, so you can say no to that. So I really like those sort of cards, some doilies which would match the stamps that I already have. And then, you know, this sort of thing, today I feel, and you can tick the boxes. So there's lots of different designs in there, so they're fantastic. Let's have a look at this one. So there's a few different designs in there, some really sort of prettier, brighter colours, and some neutral tones in there as well. So lots of different. There's another one where you tick the boxes, some journaling sort of cards. So with the smaller ones, they actually give you 3 of each, and in the larger ones they give you 2 of each. But you know, I generally don't use any more than about 2. If it's a really favourite one of mine, I might have hoped for 3, but I think 2 of each card is plenty, and I do have a whole stack over there, so that I haven't used. I couldn't leave the KaiserCraft store without grabbing some washi tapes. So this one is actually a Christmas one. It's just got white text on it, which says Merry Christmas, and it says a few other things as well: hope, joy, peace, love, and then goes back to the Merry Christmas. So again, I love the light green colour on that one. Take that off, a bit easier. So you could use it for not Christmas stuff if you didn't use the Merry Christmas part, but just use the hope, joy kind of text. Then I've grabbed one with some love hearts on it. So they're just kind of like almost hand-drawn looking love hearts, which I thought was quite cute. One day I'll get to the album with my husband and myself in the photos. I tend to print heaps of photos of the kids and forget to print the ones of myself and my husband. And then this one's just a very sort of neutral yellow. I'm just trying to show you that against a white background. So it would just be a really subtle sort of washi tape to use. Really like the colour of the forest green mini alpha stickers, and I've just started using a lot more of the mini alphas, so I thought yeah, I've got some red ones and this would go well for particularly Christmas, so grab those for $1.99. I really liked this template. I'm actually thinking about cutting it apart as opposed to keeping it as a whole sheet. It was actually $7.99, but if you think about it, you really get 4 templates out of it, and I thought the snow background would be excellent with some textured paste to make a card background, and I really like the text as well, which I thought would make a really good background. I'm not sure about the tree and the holly, but yeah, I really like these two and thought, you know, even if I would be willing to pay $4 for each of them separately, so as a whole sheet $8 was kind of a bargain. So that was one of the last things that I picked up, but I got really excited at these. So I do have a Sizzix Big Shot, and I tend not to have too many of the big dies. I've got a lot of other ones, but they're so expensive. So these are normally $30, and I quite like, so they come with the sort of the flower and the leaves that you can sort of build, and this one comes with a bit of a flourish and some leaves. And they were having a big sale on all of the Sizzix Bigs dies. Not that they had a lot available, but the ones that they had there, they had on sale, and it was 90% off. So I paid $3 for each of these Bigs dies, so I could not leave them on the shelf. There was others there, but I just didn't see myself using them, and I thought there's no point paying, even at such a great price, $3 for something that I'll never use. So I definitely picked up the 2 that I thought I would use, and yeah, got myself an absolute bargain there, so I was super excited about that. So all in all, with the KaiserCraft store, this time round I spent, I think it was around about the $60 mark, and I got all of these supplies, and because I tend not to, you know, get an opportunity to go to the KaiserCraft store very often, I did kind of buy up fairly big, but yeah, definitely a lot of bargains in there and saved myself a load of money as well. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.